Well, this time last week, Dowse, you were talking about desperately wanting to get patterns of play into training.
Yeah.
And you also said that you'd managed to do that for the first time properly in the training session Thursday of last week.
Yeah.
And then it looked like it really did pay off on Saturday.
Bits and bobs, yeah, still a lot of work to do. We're still trying to get our best team out there, to be honest, without going too deep about it. We have worked on patterns of play again on Tuesday. The lads listen and all that, and stuff like that. We still feel people should get on the ball a bit more. We still feel as though there's still stuff to achieve. I still feel as though I've got to get the team right. But we had a good training session Tuesday about it again and talked about the times when we played. And also the times, like for example, the second goal where no nonsense defending. If it's got to go, it's got to go. You want your back four when the ball comes in the box to deal with the headers. You want them, if it's a centre forward up there, to defend right. But you also want them when they've got time to play. It's trying to get a happy medium when we can play. But when it's nasty and it's horrible and it's round about 18-yard box, if you've got to put your head through it and put your foot through it, that's what we'll do as well. We've got to defend well, but let's play. But there's times on Saturday in the first half I thought we'd done that. There's other times I thought we just looked for a ball what wasn't on, but that's going to come on a training ground. The lads born into that. And last night we watched under 23s, and Wasma got 45 minutes in that as well, which was great. Declan did as well, got 60-70 minutes, was great. And some of the younger lads who Scott's had for a few years played, which is fantastic,
And you mentioned Charlie Wasma there, so presumably the time is going to come fairly soon where you've got an embarrassment of riches almost at centre back, because you've got Jack Cook came in for the first time Saturday and played really well. Gailey got in the non-league team of the day.
Yeah.
And you've set a lot of store by Charlie Wasma. You've talked
him
up.
He's the best guy. He's good. He's good on the ball as well. And again, you do. Listen, we'd all like to play tippy-tappy football all the time. I do. I saw players like Jamal Lowe and Kabamba and hopefully Reggie will love to be. But it is our leagues. There's a lot of big sides, and we'll put the ball up. I imagine it happened last season here, where all these balls come in the box. You've got to have defenders who are good in the boxes, and he's good in both boxes. So we've done a training ground on Tuesday, and the ball came in the box. He got his head on it. He got past Cook, funny enough, and scored. The first team against reserves. So that's why he'd be good in both boxes. But Cookie's been excellent. Gailey's been excellent. Nathan's been very good in the back forward. Josh Casey's been very good. So the bottom line is to drop the cells. So where we put him in and when, that's up to the lads at the back. It's not up to Charlie Wasma really. Even though I would like him in my team, it's not up to me really in a certain way. It's up to the lads who are defending at this minute, and they're doing it very well. So he won't be playing on Saturday, that's for certain, Charlie, to be honest. And I think he knows that. And but it's good for him to play a competitive 11 against 11 on Tuesday on the training ground, plus a 45-minute last night. I was pleased with that. So we'll just see how his progression goes, because we will need him at this minute. We might not need him on Saturday, but we might need him Monday. So that's how we are. And Kinder John's doing very well as well. Yeah,
absolutely. So far as you're aware, he's come out of that game yesterday in good condition.
Good condition, yeah. It was all about just getting minutes on the pitch. So he might have to go and get a couple of 90 minutes and all the rest of it. But when he's back, he'll be back and he'll be in the team. And how long that'll be, we don't know, but he will be, just like Christian Jolly will be when he's back. And there'll be competition for places. But at the minute, Cookie's done ever so well. And like I say, it's very important that you have defenders who like to defend. And I want midfield players who like to pass the ball, and you want wingers who love to get past people, and you want centre forward to score goals. And I've always tried to have a thing where if you've got a stable back four, and you're sorted there, then everything else seems to take care of itself. So I think it'll only be a matter of time before we score a few more games. Could have been the first half against Wealdstone. It could have been the first half the other day against Hemel. I thought in the second half when we had their turn, that's when we scored, to be honest. But Max Krasma, you look at Max scoring goals like that, he trained better than anybody on Tuesday night, and he's our best trainer. Last night he's had a night off because all the games have played, but he came and watched him at 23s, and he wanted to do some shooting practice with Martin Ian, and he wanted to be part of a warm-up for the under 23s. What a great example that is. But he done that last season. He works his socks off, Max, and there's nobody who's a better trainer than him, to be honest.
Good to know, good to know. You say you like centre forwards who score goals. Well, last Saturday your centre forward did score a goal. You like midfield players who pass the ball, and you brought in Amani Little, and by common consent, a revelation. How did you find him?
Yeah, you do, because like I said last week, you get all these players put together, but it's not completely right, obviously, and that's why we don't put them all on contract. But the bottom line is we've got a great relationship with Oxford. Last year at Hampton we had Napa who got in their first team, Long who got in their first team, Baptiste was in their first team. We've got the goalkeeper as well. So what you do, you keep them in contacts, and this lad become available. So when he become available, fantastic. I thought he was excellent. I thought he really was. He got it, he played it, he passed it, he moved. And even at the end, when Greg should have played him in, it was in the 90th minute or 85th minute, he still got the legs to make that. So it'd be great here, and we're looking forward to working for him over the next couple of months, really. And hopefully we can push him into the first team. But we do need one or two more who are like that. So, like I said, it's a partner player where, because I wanted to show things up in defence, I did, after what happened last year maybe, and how we based it on Hampton. Let the back four be solid and horrible and nasty to play against. Let everybody else enjoy the ball. Let everybody else love it. We haven't quite got the proper connection yet, but we will do, and that's what we're working on the training ground about. Getting players in them pegs and all that who can do that, you know.
So how did you know about him specifically? Had you watched him play for Southampton? Or?
Southampton boy, a lad called Steve Moss, I knew, who was his agent, gives a tip off on him. And Derek Versatile, who's fantastic, the first team coach at Oxford, he gave a go ahead as well, you know, and stuff like that. So we always find out about every player, and especially at Oxford boys, because we've got a very good connection with them. In fact, we nearly signed one for this week, and it was close. But the bottom line is, I didn't push it as much as I thought I should, because I feel as though that, you know, we've got to give these lads another chance here. If it doesn't come off tomorrow, then then maybe I should have done, to be honest. So I'm just like, we have got 3 or 4 players in the firing line, as you like, and who we would like, and maybe 1 or 2 might have to go, like I keep saying, but that's up to them, that's up to the players who are playing at the minute. We've got to keep tweaking it the best we can, you know.
Right. And looking ahead now, that we've got Eastbourne, Billericay and Concord in the fairly near future. That's the other 3 teams in the top 4. That's a testing little schedule, isn't it?
But we can't forget about True earlier, because Truever's had problems, but they haven't lost that many players from last season. They got the playoffs last year, but they've had a few problems that went to Torquay. Now, if them players are travelling 100 odd miles for home games and 7 hours away, they've got to have character. And I said that with me, Ian and Martin have been banging that into them about the character they must have to come all the way here, 7-hour journey, when their future's up in the air. Nobody's, it shows. So one thing they'll have is character and all that, you know. So we've got to match that more. We've got to show character as well. So that's the most important game. Then we'll think about the other 2. The other ones are too far in advance. I might have 4 new players by then, or I might have exactly the same team. I might have lost 2 games over a weekend where we're under a bit of pressure, or I might have won 2 where we're top of the league. We'll worry about that. We're getting these games watched, which I know you're going to come on about in a minute, and we're getting these teams watched, and we'll do reports on them in both sides this weekend. And Jimmy Howe's doing a good job at Eastbourne. The players went in caretaker RVs, and he's trying to get the lads worked up, the True lads. So it's that's the first one. Let's get Truro away, and we'll see where we are on Saturday night, you know.
No, sure, of course. So what can we expect from Truro? How are they going to play, do you think?
Last season I had the best back 5 ever, who never went over half wheeling. Very hard to break down. He changed it to a 4 the other day, and all that, you know, and then he went back to 5, so it'll be one of them. But they've lost a couple of lads. Gavin, not Ben Gavin, he's went to Billericay, and we lost 1 or 2 players, but not that much different. But they'll be hard working. They'll have no fear factor. They'll lift their game coming here anyway. They'll have a massive togetherness, because that's what you've got to do if you live that far away. The ground sharing at the minute had a good draw against Welling, one of the fancy teams. They haven't only been beaten once or twice or whatever. They've drawn a few games, obviously, so I expect a tough game, but they'll have character, and they'll have no fear factor coming here at all. We've got to have no fear factor either, so it's game on. It's a game what we'll be looking to win, like all games, but at the same time, not one of these, let's think about Eastbourne, Billericay, let's get this job done, and I think it'll be a tough test against a decent side.
Yeah, fair enough. And you've mentioned there about getting reports on teams who are about to play. That's where Damon Lathrop comes in. I know he's been to see you, and he's involved in that side. We've
got Liam Davis, who's been scouting for us for years at Kingston, at Hampton here. And Damo, who's been very enthusiastic and kind of doing enough to help. He's on a contract, so he wants to work for his contract, if you like. He'll go to any games. I've got to ring him this afternoon, funny enough, and he'll be going to one of the games tomorrow, and he sends a report in. Liam does the same. So sometimes you can watch games in midweek yourself, but a lot of times you can't rely on good information coming back about their shape, about the set players, about the corners, penalties or whatever. And both lads have been coming back, and Damien's been doing that very well as well, and he come along and had a chat about it and just wants to help, and if he can help in any way, he always said, if I can help in any way, I doubt I will. That's a nice profession, you know, from a player, to be honest. So he ain't just sitting on his contract with his obviously horrific injury he had. Everybody feels for him at the club, but at least he's doing something about it and he's trying to help, and I appreciate his help just like I appreciate Liam's, you know.
Absolutely. And I chatted with him myself quite a lot that evening he came to see you, and considering his circumstances, he's unbelievably positive, isn't he?
Oh no, brilliant. He sort of mentally side of it as well, you know. And stuff. I remember when we were in the room and I was getting everybody to stand on the chair and sing a song.
Yeah. And
I got him up. I didn't realise I was scared stiff when he put his leg on the chair and he lifted himself up. With all that mental inside and all that, I thought, what a good character and what a good lad. And he looks. I think he looks on very. He's obviously been very well brought up, and he looks on all the positives in life. It's a nice way to have that, you know, and stuff like that. So we should, you know, we should get him on the terrace, shouldn't we?
We should. And finally now then, you've introduced beautifully, really, by accident, something that you specifically want to do to end this video.
I didn't say I wanted to do it.
Well, okay, but you're going to do, and you've got a special guest star to join you.
Come on, Mark, let's go. Kit man, how long have you been here, Mark?
16 years.
16 years. We've got Jenny in the club shop, 25 years. Here's a long. You must know here's a long, the people out there. She was 45 years and she's in the home at Cam Mon along the road. And we're working, and I popped and seen her on the way back because I want to keep in touch with her. She's still got working programs, people still keep in touch, and we said we'll sing her a song. So I think Jenny's going to take us when it gets. He's just been dragged into this, and Jenny said she's going to take her to the home and show the staff and show the other people in the home, you know, to try to cheer them up a little bit. I'm not a very good singer, like, but I did promise to do it. So if I promise to do it. And it's people like Hazel who for 45 years probably makes the club what it is, you know, in the club shop. And I know Jen is very well thought of, just like Malcolm being here 16 years and I've only been here 5 minutes, so it's their club, not mine. So I want to try to help her. Okay, right, here I am, Mark, ready? A one, a two, a 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Bring me sunshine in your smile, bring me laughter all the while. In the world where we live, there should be more happiness, so much joy you can give to each brand and bright tomorrow. Make me happy. You can sing if you want, Mark. Through the years, that's better. Come on, boy. Never bring me any tears. Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love. This for you, Hazel. I hope you're all very happy seeing the show you love. Bye bye.
There's no way to top that other than to say thank you very much.
I promised the staff I would do it. I mean, I was going to do it. He's in a state of shock. He's looking like that.